Leo, hey there babies, Melissa here to do your weekly love reading for the week of January 11th through the 17th. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It's not going to resonate for all Leos. If it does resonate for you, I'd love a like and a subscribe from you. Anything you need to know about me you can find in the About section of my channel, and anything you need to know about booking a personal reading or leaving the channel a donation you can find in the description box below. This is a love reading. We're going to be looking at the energy you bring to the connection, the energy the person you have in mind brings, and a potential outcome between the two of you, as well as an overall energy. The energy you bring to this connection is the Queen of Cups. The energy the person you have in mind brings is the Two of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands as your potential outcome between the two. Ruby. Well, you're in a lovely spot, Leo. I see your energy is great. We'll get more of this. I do feel like there could be something ending here, or yeah, it's just feeling like we're kind of moving on from something, but I'll get more. There's not these energies that are really that bad. The Ten of Wands really, as your overarching energy of this connection, feels like this has become too much work. And I will say, while I think that sticking with somebody through the good and the bad, that is truly your other half, your true counterpart, that is great. But when we get to this place where it's this heavy of a burden, it's because it's not actually meant for us. No connection that's meant for us will be this hard to keep the connection alive or together. You shouldn't have to work for that. That is only when we've entered into a connection that wasn't a true deep connection, a true soul connection. If this is making sense, this is what's coming through right now. It does look like we're sitting there weighing out all of the time, effort, love, and energy we've invested into this connection. And really, sometimes that's what we're most attached to, is like, well, no, I've spent so much time. And also sometimes there's even, no, I wanted to prove to blah, blah, blah that I could make this work with blah, blah, blah. This is real. We stay in connections for the oddest reasons, but not very often is it just because there's a true deep soul connection that you cannot find in just anyone. There's like one person out there that you'll have this particular connection that I'm talking about with, and it looks like this person and you have a lot of passion together. But it doesn't look like necessarily, again, it looks like it's too much work, and I'm going to get to it. It looks like some healing does need to be done or is being done. It looks like we're surveying how much we've put into this situation. I think once we get past that, I'm just going to say, you look like you're in a very nurturing, caring spot. Once we get past the feeling that we're losing something by leaving, like we're losing all the time we invested. No. We cannot ever get that time back regardless, but we can lose more time if we spend more time in a connection that is not feeling right, a connection that is feeling like too much work. Again, staying with somebody through the good and the bad times when the connection is real and raw, great. But when you're making something that isn't working work, that's too much. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. That is not the kind of love that the Creator has set up for us. This should be a totally fair partnership. Again, we will go through ups and downs. There will be times when one of us has to carry more weight than the other, but it should be a no-brainer. You want to do it because this is the one, this is the person for you. When you start to resent the person you're with, that is when you know you're not in the connection for you. And previously, we've all been kind of just pressured into getting into situations, connections that, because we were supposed to get married, we're supposed to have kids, get married, do this, do that. There's a lot of pressure, not to mention, take it from me, bills are not set up for one single person, especially when you have children. So then, all of those pressures go into staying in a connection that really just never felt right. Really, you just like, it's the kind of connection that I'm seeing here is like, sure, you guys had fun together, even in some, not just in the bedroom, in many different areas of your life. You enjoyed each other, you even maybe shared some passions together, but what I'm getting is that, there was never that, that feeling, I don't, but that feeling like this person has your back no matter what. This person, if you're right or wrong, this person is going to have your back if you get, into some argument in the outside world. This person is going to just believe in you so fully. And that's the kind of connections we should be holding out for, but they're very rare. In fact, I see a lot of couples talking badly about each other behind each other's backs. And it just kills me because it's obviously they're not in the right relationship. Or the real deal will never talk about you behind your back. I don't know where I'm going with all of this. I mean, I don't know who needs to hear this, but It does look like you're going through an awakening, and I think not feeling this love anymore with this person. That's what I'm getting. You both have the Two of Pentacles. I feel like you're trying to weigh, kind of balance out what your heart and your head. Is this, am I just doing this because I had an attachment to the investments that I put in? Again, realizing that those investments are not for naught. You've learned and you've gotten to where you are now. This awareness that you're at is because of those investments. However, if you continue on in this connection and continue to invest, those will be wasted investments if you knew now that this wasn't for you. Okay? Interesting stuff coming through. The Four of Cups, the Judgment card, and the Two of Pentacles. The Four of Cups, again, kind of looking off into the... not looking at the cup in front of you, so whomever is, it's because I think that we may have jumped into a connection that was only a physical connection. It is very hard to tell the difference when we, because it feels so passionate and so from like the core of us, they spark something within us, ignite something within us, even if it's just a physical connection, a physical, you know, but I think we're getting to a point where we've awakened and now we're seeing that maybe this isn't what feeds our soul. And we'll get more to it. Looks like we're both trying to weigh out and balance that out. It does look like, you know, they're coming to the end of they have the Ten of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Wands. It feels like they are coming to the end of a cycle as well. They might be guarded up, which might have you feeling just kind of like, man, is this really what I want? I don't really want to be in a guarded situation. So this is for somebody who's already in a relationship, I guess. I just keep talking about it like that. So I always trust whatever information is coming through. It does look like they're trying to end out some sort of cycle, self-limiting beliefs, whatever it is. And that will bring somebody, if people don't heal before they get into a connection, unfortunately, when they do heal, if they do manage to do the healing while in the connection, oftentimes they realize the connection wouldn't have been there in the first place had they healed previously. Now they feel like a different person, you know. So anyways, it does look like things are shifting in their favor as far as the Wheel of Fortune is, well, I mean, if they've been doing good, if they've treated you poorly, then, you know, unfortunately karma's coming at them. It looks like, you know, the Wheel of Fortune really to me is just that. It's kind of the karma card. And I'm not a huge karma person, but I do know that when we're not doing good or doing right by people, the Creator likes to remind us gently that you don't do right by people and I won't do right by you. And it's not in like a nobody should be afraid of that. It is specifically to keep people from hurting each other and themselves. Okay. So if your person has been in a space of they haven't been feeling good about themselves, and if that's been hurting you and they've been defensive and sort of battling with you, then, you know, they're going to have some things that you don't just get to hurt people to feel better about yourself. So that's where I'm getting right now. And I don't know. I'm sorry about this. I don't really love this reading. I'm sorry that I don't love this reading, and then I always just have to, I'm going to keep this reading because, not all readings are peachy and creamy. And sometimes people just need to hear this part, too. So if this isn't for you, don't be offended. Just go watch a different reading. Like, it's okay. But if this is for you and you're going through a tough break is what I'm getting here. A tough break, it looks like it's probably had been going on for some time. And in the most important part of it is that it looks like you are willing to love yourself so much that you will not accept this connection any longer. So good for you. This is an empowering reading. And look what shows, well, first of all, look what shows up in your whole outcome. The Knight of Wands, like I said, I think this was built on physical attraction, and that's fine. We've all done that. But I think we're coming into a time where there's kind of illuminations happening where we're not actually just looking for that anymore. That actually doesn't feed us like we thought it would. And so I feel like there's you, and you have two cards in your outcome, okay? This is you standing firmly on your own. I can just see you walking away from this passionate connection. And it's taking great strength, again, because I think you've endured quite a bit with this person, and I think you genuinely probably have a deep care for this person. However, when we realize the connection is just not for us, it's not that we don't love them even, it's just that it's not for us. It's not working out now that we're changing. And then here you are, the Nine of Pentacles. This is the most, you know, independent, but not in, it's in this refreshing, I'm willing to have my own back. I'm willing to go at battle by myself. Because I don't think this person has had your back. That's what I'm getting right now, is that they have not had your back. And I feel like karma is coming back to them for that. I think that you've awakened to the fact that they haven't been there for you and that you deserve somebody who is going to be there for you. And I think that the karma is you leaving. That's what I'm getting right now. And you really being strong, standing in your passion and your power, and working towards your own dreams, hopes and dreams. Sometimes we even get into a connection where the other person, and I don't think anybody does it consciously, where the other person just lets us chase their dreams for them. You know, like that's all we're doing is helping them chase their dreams. We've forgotten completely about ourselves at some points in our relationships. And I feel like that's where you've come to is, you know what? I don't even think this relationship is helping me get to my own goals and dreams. And the right one for you it will support you towards your dreams as you'll support them towards theirs. The dreams will be similar. You'll be on this journey together. You'll know you're on the same path together. And I feel like you guys are on two separate paths, and I feel like you're walking away because of that. The Ten of Wands is what really gave me that inkling. And sometimes we get to walk away from a situation to really find ourselves. And sometimes we end up coming back to that same situation, obviously, if it wasn't abusive or tumultuous. So, you know, what I would say is you're doing exactly the right thing. It looks like you are walking away and choosing yourself over this connection. So good for you. It says gratitude. It says you fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. I feel like it's a little sarcastic because I don't feel like this was, I mean, I do think you realize that this was a very big lesson, and I don't think you even get what comes after a lesson like this, which is just the glory that comes. I mean, I can't even explain what I'm seeing right now. It's like everything's going to fall into place after you make one tough decision to walk away from a situation that just wasn't for you. Send your love. We don't need to be catty or mean or anything. We can just send them love. Hopefully, you know, whatever they've done to you wasn't too awful, and hopefully they don't have too much karmic debt to pay. But reality is, I think, like I said, you're walking through this in straight gratitude for, I think for, you know what? We have invested a lot of time and energy and love, but we're getting out now, and it's not too late for us to go find our dreams still. So good for you. I love you so much, and I'll see you next week. Mwah.